Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to a new SPTS video. I know it's been a really long time and I know there's still a lot of you guys out there who have been waiting for this video, waiting for this moment to return. I'm sorry it took so long and I hope to never have to make you guys wait this long again. So without further ado, let's get into this. Now, the first thing I want to do is add a button to toggle our stats frame because for some reason we don't have that already. So I'm just going to add in a text button real quick and call this toggle stats. And inside of it, we're just going to have a local script, and that's going to point to our stats frame, which is script.parent.parent.stats or .frame, just frame. And then script.parent.mouse button one click, :connect function. And all we have to do is say that our stats frame dot visible is equal to not stats frame dot visible. So this just makes it so that if it is currently visible, it will become visible false, and vice versa. It just inverses the current state. I want to do a similar thing for the stats or for the quests. So I'm just going to duplicate this button, drag it into the quests GUI. I'm going to change the text on this one to say quests. And I'll change this text on the first one to say stats. And then in the quests one, we're going to change this to quests frame and this to quests frame as well. And then these as well. Okay, so let's check where we're at right now. Right now we have it, so we walk up here, we talk to our quest giver, we have the UI pop up, we can talk to him, and then we should have our quest here. When you punch, you gain strength, which you should be able to see in the stats frame as well. We did make multipliers. Okay, we need to make a leader stats, it looks like. We have a error or a warning going on with BigNum, it looks like, and I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, I saw one of you guys comment something about that. There's probably some update to the module. We'll take a look at that in just a second. But right now, if we go up to our quest giver after we've completed the quest, nothing's happening. Attempt to index nil with current dialog. So yeah, that's the error that we've been at, and hopefully we'll get this situated in just a few minutes. First thing I want to take a look at is this warning right here. Value of type table cannot be converted to a number. So originally BigNum empty add should have returned a string or a something of that sort. So if we print out, I want to print out what this gives us. And if we take a look at the result, let's see, it should be, okay, so it is 110. And if we print out the type of this, then we see it is a table, 110 as a table value, which doesn't particularly make too much sense, but I think what we could do is bignum.empty.toString and wrap this whole thing in that. And just in case this does work, I'm going to paste this over here and also in the type of, just so we can confirm. Now if I go ahead and click this again, we're no longer getting this error, and it is of type string now, and we can see that our max health is increasing. We are currently at a max health of 150 and it keeps going up. Okay, so one thing down. Looks like I missed 2 parentheses. So the next thing we had was our current, we had an error with our quests. Okay, so I think I see our issue here. The problem is that in our quest table, we have our givers quest, and our first one is structured correctly. It is its own table / dictionary entry. However, if you look to our next entry, you can see that we don't have these surrounding brackets, which means that these are all individual entries into all individual keys into the giver one's quest. So to fix our error, I'm pretty sure all we have to do is wrap these in their own separate table. And now this is quest 1, and this is quest 2, and this is all the data for quest 2. So if we go ahead and test this out right now, let's go get our quest from our quest giver. Okay, we have our quest. Let's grab some multipliers, and let's check back on our quests. All right, moment of truth. Let's go back, talk to our quest giver, and now we have our thing pop up. However, it appears to be the wrong, or actually, it might not be the wrong quest. We never updated the text. So let's go on and let's check our quest, and it is working. So we just have to update our text and our dialogue, but everything seems to be working fine. Let's check. We did get our currency because we were at 100 before. So we can now go in, we can upgrade our physics or our psychic. I'm going to go ahead and, sorry, they just updated the Roblox Studio UI. I don't know how to switch to server view. I guess we'll just have to wait this one out. I'll speed it up so you guys don't have to sit here the whole time. Okay, so I'm here over 100, updated in our quests as well. Now if I go talk to our quest giver, it tells us that we have no more quests. I guess I have a typo in there. But anyways, we got that. When we're out of quests, we did get the reward. So I want to make sure that, okay, we don't get it multiple times. It just does not clear from here. So it's not the biggest of deals, but definitely something we don't really want. So everything seems to be working how we want it to right now. And then what I want to do now is actually display our, or actually, I guess we don't want to display our coins into leader stats. That's how SPTS has it. But what we should do is have some place to display it, which it would make sense to have it in our frame, our stats frame. So I'm going to make another frame in the stats frame, and I'm going to call it player data. And this is going to be a place, it's going to have the frame that has like all the stuff like the player's name, reputation, things of that nature. So we're going to make it, we'll say 0.9 comma 0 comma 0.4 comma 0. And then we'll just stretch it out the whole way, and then just make it a bit smaller. Something like that should be fine. We can leave it like that for now, but we'll insert a frame into here, 1 comma 0 comma 1 comma 0. And this is going to have a size constraint of relative YY, which just makes it a square, and we're using YY because Y is the restrictive direction. And we're just going to have that at the edge here, and we'll just have a image image label inside of it, and will be 1 comma 0 comma 1 comma 0. And then we can make the player data frame background transparency to 1. Actually, we can do that for all 3 of those items that we just added. Then inside the player data frame, we'll have a text label. This will be player name, and this can be like 0.3 comma 0 comma 0.2 comma 0. And actually, let's up that to 0.4. Then, actually, I don't like that, it's too big, 0.3. And then we'll duplicate that. Right underneath, we'll set this one to have a Y size of 0.2. And we'll change this to player display name. And we want to set the background transparency to 1 for both of those. We can do text scale to true. I want to do text alignment on the left, make it bold, and I'll make the text color white. So this would be I guess we should probably swap this. We'll do player display name for the top one. And then for the bottom one, we'll just do player name. So the way this would look is it would have your display name, and then underneath it'll have your username. So something like that. And then any other stats we want to add in the future will go somewhere around here. So real quick, we'll have, or I guess this is where we can put our currency under. So we'll just duplicate one of these, just drag it down. And then here we'll have our player tokens. Or actually, I think we'll do the tokens in the bottom left corner, persistent. So we'll just close this for now. We actually didn't need to do any of that right now, but we would have had to do it in the future eventually anyways. We'll just add a text label into the stats frame, and we'll set the size to, we'll say 0.1 comma 0 comma 0.1 comma 0. And we'll just put it somewhere down here. Set the background transparency to 1. Text scale to true, and we'll probably want to scale this down a bit. And we'll do something like that. Some kind of yellow, and this would just be 0. We'll call this the tokens display. And then what we're going to want to do is have a local script. We'll have our local players equal to game::get service players. Our local tokens is, or our local player is equal to players.local player. Local tokens equals to player colon wait for child token, or currency colon wait for child tokens. Yeah, so it's in the currency folder, and then we're looking for the tokens value. And then we'll do tokens, where we'll have a local function update display. And this will have a new value. And we'll set script.parent.text equal to the $sign concatenated with the new value. And then we're just going to want to say tokens dot changed connect update display, and then we're going to want to call it once when we join as well, so we have the updated value when we're in with our tokens.value. So now if we go ahead and test this out, you see we have our 500. If we go ahead and we make a purchase, then our tokens go down. Cool. I think the next thing we'll do quickly is to make a class system. So what we're going to do is go into our leader stats script, and we'll add a new multiplier, and this will be called class multi instance.new string value. Just copy the same stuff. Just change this all to class. And then what we're gonna do is in our, do we have a leader stats yet? We do not have an actual leader stats. So I'm gonna come up here and we'll have a function leader stats player. We'll have a local stats equal to instance.new folder stats.name equals to leader stats, and then at the bottom we'll do stats.parent is equal to player. In the middle here we'll do a local class equal to instance.new string value. Class.value is equal to fclass, and then class.name is equal to class, and then class.parent is equal to stats. So this way, when we go ahead and we play our game, hold up, we have to go and call our leader stats function with our player, and now we have our class in our leader stats. So there's two ways we can go about doing the classes. We can either do them based off of playtime, kills, and stuff like that, and power, or we can do them like SPTS does it, where you need a certain power, you do it, and then it resets everything for a bigger multiplier. So you guys let us know, or let me know, which version you'd prefer in the comments, but for now we can just get the multiplier part settled. So what we're gonna do, or actually I guess there's no real good way to do this while we don't have our actual system to do it in place, but we can put some placeholders in our stats adding script. So here we can find our class multi, and then we can times our class multi.value. And that should basically be it. So we should be good on that front. So if we go ahead and if we played it, and let's say we, I have to figure out. Oh, okay, there we go. So if I go here and I go to our player and our multipliers, and let's say I make our class multi to 10, then if I come back and we punch, then you can see I'm getting 10. And if we upgraded, then you can see they stack properly. Everything's working good. Okay, I suppose we should have a section here that shows what multiplier we're currently at. So we can do that real quickly. Okay, so we have our multi-value here. So what we should really do is, I guess we can put in parentheses and just have our multi dot value here, and then concatenate it with a closing parenthesis, just like that. And then if we do that like that, you see it, they start off as ×1. Okay, it doesn't update when you purchase, only after you actually gain the stat. One way we can get around this, I believe, is, okay, so the way to get around that would be, since this only happens once, we can do our multi dot change :connect function, and we could just do this. And now if we go ahead, upgrade our multiplier, boom, it upgrades even before we actually gain any stat. Alright, so I know this was a really quick video, or very simple, might not seem like we got much done, but we did fix a few issues. We got a few just things that we'll need in the future to do anyways done. And I just wanted to get something out to you guys to prove that I will be continuing the series, and also I want your guys's feedback and ideas on what the next video should look like. I'm making these videos for you guys, so I want to know what features you guys want in there. So the next thing I do want to work on is the class, so please let me know which system you'd rather have. Keep in mind we will do the fusion things that SPFS has as well. So if you want one of them to be like the old class system based on time played, kills, and power, but it doesn't like reset your power, but it gives you a small multi, we could do that. Or if you want the SPFS version where it's more power, but then it resets, but you get a bigger multi, and then it's the same thing for the fusion. Just let me know how you guys want that system to work, and we'll make that next video.